Katie Hurley, passed away. Katie Hurley was born here in the capital city of Juneau, and she graduated from Juneau High School, just up the hill from where we sit and work today as class salutatorian. Her subsequent career was one of playing critical role after critical role in Alaska's public life and our transition to statehood. Katie Hurley was raised, Mr. President, a little house down on the flats, just over that way. Her father noticed that children on their way to Capitol School, just behind where you sit, often had to cross Calhoun Avenue in the dark mornings and the dark evenings and the snow and the slush. Didn't think it was particularly safe, and so he worked with the city and with the territory to have a footbridge built over Calhoun Avenue. That footbridge, with a couple of little updates and repairs now and then, still stands today at the end of 5th Street. It's named for her father, Olaf Torkelson. Katie walked across that footbridge over and over and over. She once famously ran across that footbridge when she was secretary to Territorial Governor Ernest Greening. He called her once unable to access a file drawer that was kept locked. It had some codes in it during wartime, but he knew Katie would be able to get into it. Famously ringing up her house and demanding her immediate attendance on the weekend. As Katie told it, he said, "Get your," and we'll skip that word, "up here, Hurley, we're at war." She served Governor Greening until his departure from office in 1953. In 1955, and on into 56, she was the chief clerk to our Constitutional Convention. She traveled to the frozen interior, the heartland of Alaska, and served the distinguished men and women who wrote the Constitution under which we serve today. After that, she sat just a little closer to where you sit today, Mr. President. She was Secretary of the Senate for 5 terms. Katie first married Joe Alexander, and they had a son, David, and a daughter, Susan. Later in life, she married Jim Hurley, himself a delegate to our Constitutional Convention. Jim had been a member of the first state legislature. The two of them moved to Palmer, where they had their daughter, Mary. And as wonderful as it is to live in the Mat-Su Valley, Mr. President, Katie didn't stay away. In 1984, she herself was elected to the State House. She served as Representative Hurley with diligence and great distinction till January of 1987. People often called her the grande dame of Alaska politics, and sometimes the sweetheart of Alaska politics, because Katie's giant smile lit up every room she was in. She was inducted into the Alaska Women's Hall of Fame in 2009, an honor richly deserved. It's only one of many. We could talk, I think, the whole morning away with our memories of Katie Hurley, with our plaudits for her service to our state. We lost a legend, Mr. President. I would ask the members to join me in a moment of silence in honor of Katie Hurley.